Welcome back to the TCG Villa, and today we're on to our next episode of Good or Dud, where we take a leader or a combination of leader and base that maybe doesn't see as much play and see if it is any good or if it is a dud. And this week we're going to be using Darth Vader. Now you're probably thinking, Darth Vader, haven't I seen that everywhere at the minute? There's that blue Dagobah Swamp version with all that removal and stuff. Why aren't you just playing that? Well, I want to try something a bit different on this little episode thing that we're doing, little series, and so we're going to do Vader with ECL. Now obviously ECL is a really good base, we know that already, we've seen it everywhere, we've seen Boba running it, we've seen Han running it, we've seen loads of leaders using it just to make themselves have that ambush. But how's it going to help Vader? Well, it's going to help him ramp. That's the plan with this. We're going to try and ramp into Vader as soon as possible, because we need him out. He comes out on 7, he's a bit slow. So this deck does play quite a few ground units. It's got lots of events for removal and stuff like that and ramp. And then it's got something that I really like in it, and that's a way to do a lot of damage in one turn. And we're going to see if it works this week. So what have we got in the deck? Well, we've got 3 of the Death Star Stormtrooper. We've got 3 of the First Legion Snowtrooper. This one's really nice because we can put the damage on with Vader, get those little ticks of the 1 damage to a unit, 1 damage to a base after we've played a villainy card, and this dude obviously helps us then defeat stuff. Really nice as a way to counter Sabine. She comes out with 5 health. If we can play a villain and then smack it with this, that's 5 damage in total. And as well, if it hits a damaged unit, it's got Overwhelm, so we're getting a bit of extra damage on the base through that way too. We've got 2 of Admiral Motti. I will come back to why this card is in here and why when I'm going to be playing best of 3 at the weekend as I take this to a showdown. We've got another one of this in the side deck and what matchups that's going to be really helpful for. I've got 2 of the Viper Pro Droid, one of the best 2-drops in the game. It was at 3, but I needed the space, so I cut it down to 2. We've got 3 of the 5th Brother. This is one that I made space for recently. He's really useful, being able to ping off a shield and then do 3 to something, stuff like that as well. The more he gets damaged, the more damage he does. You've seen him in Grand Inquisitor, you've seen him in those kind of decks, and yeah, we're putting him in this Vader list as just another unit that can do quite a bit of damage. To add to that, in the 3 drops, we've got Super Laser Technician. You've seen it everywhere. We're trying to ramp up to Vader as quickly as we can. This is a really nice option in Vader, especially in this version. So you can go Energy Conversion Lab, bring out the Super Laser Tech, hit them, put it into the resources, and as it's a villain itself, use that Vader to make sure that you've killed something that's got maybe 3 health. Okay, or if you've used the previous turn, you've knocked out something that's got 4 health. It's really quite useful in this combination. It's why we're running Energy Conversion Lab over, say, one of the other green bases with the 30 health, that sort of thing. Rook. Look, we're running ECL, we're running Rook. He's at 2 copies, there's a 3rd in the side. I'm not sure about that. He feels like, weirdly, the weakest unit in this deck. It's that 3 attack thing, isn't it? Yeah, he's great at clearing units, and the whole shielded after you've done damage thing and choosing which triggers, order of the triggers when you do use the ambush of the Energy Conversion Lab is so nice. But without the Energy Conversion Lab, he just feels a little weak, and with the amount of removal going around at the minute in decks like the blue version of Vader and stuff like that, he's just felt a little weak. We'll see how he goes. That might be something we change in the future, but again, we're testing if this is good or not. 3, Vader. What's better than having 1 Vader? Well, it's having 3 more Vaders. Having 2 Vaders out is better than having 1 Vader out, and it's really nice that because they are unique units with different titles, you can have them both on the board at the same time, which is huge. I've won quite a few games over the last few weeks with this doing exactly that, and we'll see later that we are playing his lightsaber as well, so another unit we can attach that to. The last ground unit is an 8-drop. It's Emperor Palpatine. Yeah, it's Palpatine. It does 6 damage to units when you play it. It's great. We are not playing any huge ships in this, So it just helps deal with space units that are annoying, to be honest, a lot of the time, is what that's kind of useful for. That's the ground units. Now let's have a look at space. In space, we've got the TIE Fighter. Again, we really like 1-drops in this because we can go Death Star Stormtrooper on phase 1, or we can go TIE Fighter, and then we can use the ping of Darth Vader if we need to make sure we're hitting the right numbers on stuff, getting ready to use that super laser tech, or just, yeah, trading with the TIE Fighter, whatever it may be. For space as well, this has been super useful against Sabine, especially because they bring out space units with 3 health, so you can ping one of them, you can energy conversion lab with this, and you've defeated 2 space units in one swing, and it just helps you keep that momentum. So we're playing 3 of the Imperial Interceptor and the Ruthless Raider. I love this ship. It's become a weirdly useful energy conversion lab target again, hitting stuff like Fett's Fire Spray. So it comes out, it deals that 2 damage to the Fire Spray, then ambushes it for the 4 attack, stays alive, and then it can get the effect again when it's defeated. The 4 damage that this does by being played and getting defeated to base and to units, amazing. We love this card. Just the 9 space units, a 1-drop, a 4-drop, and a 6-drop. Does it feel a little light at times? Yes. The removal cards and the Palpatine do make up for it, though, I've found, and we're trying to actually win the game quite quickly with this. So hopefully we don't see those huge ships, and we can avoid, say, Avengers. They're a problem. They are a problem. So Vader's lightsaber. This thing is amazing because we are guaranteed to bring out a Vader, so why not have his lightsaber there ready? Attach it to him and you deal 4 damage to a ground unit. Helps the numbers, so when you bring out Vader and attach his lightsaber, he becomes an 8/9. That's huge. And then his 2 damage on attack and the 4 damage from this, you're killing a 6 health unit just by putting this on your Vader leader the turn it comes out. It's been strangely useful to help defeat stuff like Boba Fett, as if you have, say, the 5th brother. 5th brother plus lightsaber is 5 attack, but when you attack with the 5th brother, deal damage to himself, deal damage to Boba Fett, and that is 7 damage to them because this will attack for 6 then. Stuff like that has been weirdly quite good and quite useful. So yeah, 3 lightsabers, and then into the events. We've got lots of removal and some ramp. That's what these are here for, really. We've got the Force Choke, 5 damage for 2 or even 1 cost if we control a Force unit, is amazing. We're not playing any Force Throw. We're not playing any Force Lightning. There's a thought process to, well, should I be playing that? Yeah, probably could try and make space for the Force Lightning. I wasn't playing 5th brother until recently in this list, so maybe now that I am, it gives me more reason to, but I found that cards like that weren't being as useful when I wasn't having, say, the Vaders or the Palpatines and not getting to those late game stages anyway. They didn't feel quite as good, but I think the Force Lightning might have to come in at some point. That's something to look at when we do review this deck at the end, after we've done the games. Open Fire, it does 4 damage to a unit. Well, why wouldn't you play it? It's another piece of removal. Resupply, again, we're trying to get to Vader quicker. He comes out on 7. Got to be done. Overwhelming Barrage, one of the nicest pieces of removals in the game, isn't it? So yeah, just helps deal with stuff. And the last thing that we are actually mainboarding is 2 of the bombing run. We do get to 5 resources quite quickly because we've got the 6 pieces of ramp in the resupply and the super laser technician, so it just is there for that when we're playing against those aggro decks like Sabine that play in space and we've not drawn any space. We got this to clear it up. I played against Tarkin the other week and they went trooper and then into general tag. They all had 3 health and I just wiped them off the board with this, and it basically just meant that the game was over. So what's the plan? The plan is to get to Vader with this. We're going to get to Vader as soon as possible, and we're going to give him a lightsaber, and we're going to do lots of damage with that. And one cool thing that I've been playing with recently is the fact that Motti plus Vader and lightsaber is disgusting. Because what we can do, and what we are hoping to do with this, is we go bring out Vader as a 5/8, attach the lightsaber for 2, and then it's an 8/9. If we then play Motti as well, we've got the resources to do it. We go attack for 8 into base, and then the 2 damage from Vader goes on to Motti, readies the Vader, and then we're able to go 8 more damage to base and 2 damage to a unit. So that's 16 damage to the base just by bringing out the leader and playing those two cost cards. Obviously, we've got at least 7 resources, so we're playing something else as well. Maybe we're putting down the 5th brother, or doing a, you know, throwing out an open fire, something like that, or we've resupplied into this play, something like that. Well, energy conversion lab plus super laser tech, so the resource is ready, but you get the idea. We can come out and do a load of damage. So essentially, if they are playing, say, a 25 health space, if they're on 9 health going into that turn where we've got 7 resources and we've got these 2 cards in hand, we can finish them off that turn. So helpful. And then if we were against, say, the blue Darth Vader, if we get them to 14, they're in range of getting hit by this combo. That's what I'm loving about this deck. I'm having so much fun with it. So I thought, let's show it off on the channel. Let's see how it goes. Anyway, so here's the list in full. I've got a side deck there because I'm going to be taking this to a showdown on Saturday as well, and I'll let you know how that goes, and I'll take that into the thought process when I'm doing the verdict for this. I'll show off the games from the weekly play, so that's going to be my testing of this deck, essentially, for that showdown on Saturday. And yeah, we'll see how it goes. I'm hoping, obviously, that it does okay, because I want to do well in a showdown and hopefully get some of those Windu promos. But we'll see. I love this deck. I'm so happy with it, but we'll see how it goes. So yeah, hopefully get those games out to you on Sunday, and I'll talk about how that showdown went. If I do get any prize support, hopefully, then we'll see how that goes. Amy from TCG Villa is also taking a Hera deck, a Hera Command deck, so hopefully we'll be able to show that off and see how that's done. That should be coming up on a future Good or Dud. She's going to play that for us, and we'll see how it all goes. But yeah, that's the deck. Let me know what you think. You know, do the usual likey, subscribey stuff to make sure you don't miss out on the games. But yeah, Green Vader. Probably not as good as Blue Vader, but have we got a fun combo? Hell yeah. So let's do it. Let's see how it goes. I'll see you Sunday with the games. In a bit.